It's time for this. We are now Betsy. That is our name, and we're... So... I was confused as to why this character was called Betsy and not Psylocke, who I know for a fact that she is. Well, we shall see. The reason shall finally be borne out. You're looking a bit Lara Croft. Which makes sense to me. Because video's Jame. And also, I believe the accent. Is Lara Croft British? I just kind of had it in my head that I've never played a Tomb Raider. I've never raided any tombs, I'm afraid. All those delicious relics. Oh, it's funny that Wolverine should be our first opponent. Because you see... Whoosh.
Make this exciting.
Here's my jumps, and these are important, but the other important thing...
He's here!
I surpassed 30 victories...
In survival mode.
With the Wolverine. So now we have this. Now we have this lad showing up
to kick me.
Oh, the mind. I didn't intentionally jump just then. This is gonna
be an interesting evening. Ow!
Oh dear. He's in his full iconic regalia, and I've made him too powerful. Seems to be what's gone here.
No.
You can't fling me much. Have a knife.
No.
Don't kick me. He's got powerful leg. Well, maybe you'll like this one then. Maybe kicks. Take that. Ho ho. And then in your brain. In your brain with some sort of mind knife. Take
Thoroughly
that.
disappointing.
Here's where my leg lives for the rest of the day. When it's not attached to me. Okay. Okay, it's all once again making sense to me. I've got the right to leave you in a ditch. Alright? I'm allowed. I'm just allowed in general. I was gonna do my big uppy, we call it.
In the fucking industry. No. He turns.
What the fuck? Okay. I can do that. Ah! I'm still learning about all the backflips I can do. And you're gonna hurt me as Wolverine in a video game. If you were going to attack me... Cook!
Thoroughly disappointing.
If you were going to attack me, Wolverine, I think you should have dressed up as someone else, and that way they'd get the blame for it. Or are you too honourable of a man? Are you too honourable to force me into the chip shop to solve your problems for you? That's not what I was expecting you to be dressed as. I guess they're not all in that style. You're just you in a grey shirt. I guess your default costume in this was like... No, because here's the thing. I thought they were going to be like... the 1992 animated series costumes, more or less. And you, like, definitely did not look the same as your default costume in this. In that. Because I've been watching some of that recently. Because playing the game sort of made me curious for it. It's been enjoyable so far, although I've only seen 3 episodes, admittedly. Maybe it gets worse, maybe they all decide to start phoning it in. It's like, right, we've introduced Magneto. We're in it now. People only care if they find the big jewel at the end. Now, we've fulfilled all other obligations. Now it's just about the big jewel.
Oh,
Oh, Storm is going to be like, I've found the big jewel and I can control the weather, and then we are all like, those
Very
two statements are
disappointing.
true. I did know that about her, and we've just seen her recover the jewel, so like that's... We can verify firsthand the legitimacy of her claim. And, you know, the directors were like, audiences will appreciate that. They'll appreciate the certainty of Storm finding the big jewel and controlling the weather at the end of every episode. Oh, will you let me live?
Bugger this.
I swear, the more... like, the higher the number on the costume that I change them into, the stronger they seem to get when they fight me. It's not right. It's... you can do that in the air? Alright. What the fuck was I doing? That didn't show up on the move list. Yeah, this just... I can't do anything with this. That kick doesn't go anywhere. That kick is one for the mind! Well, you just shattered a glass tube instead of attacking your enemy. She was like, I hate glass tubes. Why am I putting on a British accent? God, you don't realise how much the media you consume affects you and imprints itself on you until you start doing your own accent as a joke. And I'll affect you like this.
So
Oh,
good.
I
Dear
psychically
God.
lifted your penis in the air, it looked like. I don't...
Thoroughly
It lasted
disappointing.
longer than I thought it would. I want this back. Haha. Punch! Go! I don't know what the point of being able to kick you slightly higher in the air is. I guess someone better than me at it will be able to find the... It's like extra hits at the end of a combo. But what I prefer to do is this. Oh. Well, it didn't even work. Take this. You made it not work, and so now your brain is hurt. Take the mind knives.
Thoroughly disappointing.
Stab every memory. Until I find the one I want, remove it from your mind and have it on toast. Memory toast, yeah, that's what Psylocke means.
At least make this exciting for me.
It just sort of lost the
Cyclops
the
isn't
X-Men.
the only Summers kid with
I
power.
actually do recognise that costume. The theme tune for the X-Men
Bugger this.
1992 animated series sort of loses the plot with the last couple of notes. It's like, what do I... Why not? I always say when I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I keep... Circle's been useful enough in, the circle button kick has been useful enough in previous instances. I'm not used to the fact that it does nothing for Psylocke. I keep just standing here going, oh, Mary, hold your hand. Oh. Mary was holding your hand, and you mind brain attack. Look. What were my legs doing? I stabbed you through yourself. What's all this? Who's turning round? I am. I mean, who was turning round was not the question. That's how confused he was by my psionic powers. He didn't realise he turned round voluntarily. Or, I've been like, hang on! That did something! I thought. Did it? The kick. The kick. Okay. I'm not in my right mind, clearly. Brain! Oh, come on.
Look at this.
You were in the middle of a grab again. Why are your hands so huge? I've only just really noticed. You've got vast hand disease. The fingies are
Bugger
too
this.
much. I'm gonna do this to you again. Kicking. Kicking. Look at this. And, ooh. Ah. Why you gotta grasp me? Hey. Whee. I can jump around a little bit. And that's great. I can do that. I can confuse you around this way. I can confuse you around this way. Oh, hang on. That's not... I thought they each corresponded to a specific direction. You went opposite modes. Take it.
Might improve your looks, actually.
No. This. You're the one who made a hamster wheel for my granddad the other day, aren't
Thoroughly
you?
disappointing.
Yeah, well, it wasn't enough. I thought I recognised you. You had the scent of roses all over you. It was a very strong artificial scent.
At least make this exciting.
I couldn't understand
for
why you needed that just to make a hamster wheel. Although I assume it could have been unrelated. There he is, look, in the costume we've seen. And he doesn't look... I should have realised, like, he doesn't look like that in the 1992 animated series either. So I guess I just don't know what those costumes are based on then. Is it a different animated series? X-Men Evolution, perhaps? I don't know.
I don't know, I've not seen you.
Well, I've seen some episodes of it. There was a character that looked a lot like Chaos from Sonic Adventure. In my memory, anyway. But I've not seen it in so long, I can't even be sure anymore that it was real. Oh! Up we go to get you with my knife. Leg. No! The problem with it is, I do it on accident, and then I realise what I've done, and I begin doing it on purpose, which just disrupts me entirely. It's fine to not do it at all, is what I should be teaching myself, but... Oh, brain.
Thoroughly disappointing.
Brain instead. Oh, you thought you were going to start the... Well, he's sort of... It's gone wrong!
Thoroughly disappointing.
Get the gauge up. I'm learning the value of Christmas right now. which is, of course, the famous line of Ebenezer Scrooge. Try my new line of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Available, bespoke from the Bunce Party.
A political party that makes bunts. I think. I don't remember what my organisation is. Can you help me, the beast? Hank McCoy, up you go. I'm not even in your mind there. What is the mind but a collection of... Oh! He had his own ideas. He had his own hoof. What if Beast had his own hoof that he never told anyone about? He's like, this one's just for me. A random hoof that I found. Oh, I could have done Airborne
Thoroughly
about that
disappointing.
if I'd been paying attention, but I was just thinking about Hank McCoy's favourite hoof that he keeps with him. You, I foolishly, skipped the introduction, sort of spiel by accident. And as a result, I got a rather abrupt introduction to what you now look like. Which is that, obviously. It's rather jarring. It's rather jarring to see you here like this. But I'll make amends. Kick leg. He like lowered himself in the air to be like, oh, here, you tried to kick me, I'll let you have a go. Ah. No, try to punch me. You didn't. You were like, I shall defy expectations. Brain attack.
Thoroughly
I'm
disappointing.
dead on a cliff. Dead on a cliff like everyone. I mean, not everybody is dead on a cliff. Someone's got to be alive somewhere. Someone's got to not be on a cliff. It's a simple matter of statistics. What if this is statistics as well, though? Yeah. You weren't ready. Oh, nah. Again, you didn't want to do your aerial. Like your aerial. Woohoo! Oh. But the moment I actually got it to work, you interrupted me halfway through. You're like, no, the world must never know, they're not ready. If they realised that Betsy Braddock could do this in midair, they can't
Do it! You can't do it anymore, Betsy!
Oh no, the Sentinels have taken away my power to do this. Oh hey, I did it! You couldn't silence the truth that
That's
time, could you,
so
Juggernaut? Take
deep
these!
Thoroughly disappointing.
Take that quietly and back to your house. Take that quietly back to your house to plant it on your cat. His cat's made of dirt. Alright, before you go wondering what any of that meant, the Juggernaut has a cat made
At
of
least
dirt.
make this exciting for me.
So that's fine.
You must enjoy
Here
playing
I
with
am.
fire.
Look at me. I couldn't quite tell where your forehead had gone for a second, but I see what's happened now. That's all perfectly legal. Haha. Haha. Oh, the mind, the human brain. Come on, it's a battle of the. Oh. Right. Whoo. Bet you weren't expecting me to be here at all. Oh, flames! I've often wondered why you're on fire. And now I still don't know, like, that move doesn't appear to be listed. I don't know how you do that.
Thoroughly
Give me
disappointing.
my full powers.
Oh ho. Oh ho. Right, no ho ho. In your mind is the perfect image. Take this. Go through attack. You'd think you'd be used to this. You spend all day in the psychic world. You go ho ho. Which is what being psychic is. It's what it largely consists of. It's like
disappointing.
cultivation of psychic energy. You sit down and you go ho ho for a long time to get more powerful. It's like ho 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 ho. I found it. I found the way. I found the way to do it. Oh, it's not helping me. Oh, it's not. Oh, I immediately didn't realise I needed to do it again. Ho 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 ho, rubber ducky. Powerful attack. Powerful rubber duck move, yes. What if you had a really powerful rubber duck? Would you be frustrated that people didn't take it seriously, or would you be grateful to be underestimated? Would you see the tactical advantage in such a thing? And would that outweigh sort of the humiliation of people going ha 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 ha, rubber duck, 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 rubber duck. Can't even keep saying rubber duck forever like that. You can't keep saying rubber duck forever. That's why that was the original working title of Batman Forever. They got rid of it because people couldn't keep saying it.
Bugger this.
And also they decided we should probably mention that Batman is in this one. It feels like Batman's possibly the draw here. All the draw of the six. We need to get the six into theatres. We need to get 6 buns in suits.
Thoroughly disappointing.
You've singed my tit, madam. Oh, bloody hell. She must have got really angry at us in the jungle. We're now right up here, dealing with it. Dealing with the consequences of psychic problems. I'm just here trying to build a delicious skyscraper for you all. I feel like you're not appreciating
At
it.
least make this exciting for
It's got a
me.
taste of raisins and cinnamon. Yes, lick all the girders, you'll soon see the truth.
Blow up.
You took your headband off and that's all that really happened. It was there to limit your brain. I see. These days you like turn into lava. But right now, you're just not wearing a headband anymore. Which is ideologically the same thing, I suppose. I know I always thought they were very similar.
Back before it was illegal to think that.
Now, of course, I don't, because I don't want to be arrested. And you can't... You don't understand. I still don't know how I did a backflip. Am I... Oh, am I? Is it just... No, that's not done... Oh, fucking hell. Please. Please tell me something. Is it real? Go! Come on, I had your leg there. I had your leg there that entire time, and you're gonna tell me actually it didn't count. Oh, what's... Oh, brain! You did all sorts of brain wizardry there. And I'm scared of it. I'm scared of you now. Frightened. Ah! Just a bit of a nondescript fling, isn't it?
Thoroughly
Nothing a little
disappointing.
knife work can't fit. What? Floated over my head. Who's floating over my head right now? Who's going to Brainville?
No,
The city of brains.
it's where please. Yeah, you don't realise.
It's this that I think you're guilty of. Oh, no. Pulling me around in the sky. Who do you think you are? Ooh. I've lost dexterity in my hand somehow.
No, the bird.
Bugger this.
Right? I've said bugger, so you know I'm British now. Boof! Fall down the... Oh! You really fucking flopped.
I'll flop you right down to the museum.
This is the museum. It's the museum of this road.
Ah,
It's like other museums, but it's here. Oh, no. No, you don't have to do one as well. I was just proving that it was possible, and that's proven now. So you
you don't have to keep going. Ah, it's fine. It's no,
Bugger this.
no.
the human chin can only take so much. You have to consider the possibility. You have to consider the possibility that you
Weren't right.
to flush that cheesecake through the system. I don't see how that cleans the pipes. Did you make the cheesecake out of soap? And why? You made a cheesecake specifically for... You were so busy focusing on how can I make a cheesecake that cleans things. At no point were you like... Would it not have been easier to do literally anything else? Could I not have just had a soapy anything? Why did I have to give off the appearance of putting cheesecake in all your plumbing? What was so important about this that I had to make myself look like a fool or a pervert? Depending on the situation.
Depending on who legally is allowed to speak.
I had some drink, it turns out. We're safe for another year.
You don't need the drinky wrath.
So that's fun. Oh, no, I don't like when you do all that. I get confused as to why it's happening. Is this how people feel when I put them in the void? When I do when I do this. Ah. Well, it's going to take so long to get back the gauge now. I'm not going to remember that I need to say when I do this beforehand. Oh, you certainly are very powerful, aren't you? I do wonder why the cockroach got involved. Surely you didn't need its help. This is just a cockroach. Just an ordinary cockroach that sometimes helps the X-Men out of a jam. What abilities could an ordinary cockroach possibly have that Professor Charles Xavier could not cover with his mighty staff of funny folks? I hear you ask. In those exact words. Well, sometimes it takes a cockroach to figure out who you truly are, doesn't it? And you're not in... since I'm alone in this room, no one is in a position to ask any follow-up questions, so I don't have to explain myself.
I will never be called upon. No jury will convict me.
Oh. Why'd you fling me in the end? Ah, why'd you fling me in the... Well, I'll do this! Hey! Look at that. I finally... leg, foot. It's... I can't tell clearly enough what those feet are. Like, I only realised about a second later that that's what I saw. And by then it's too late, the feet are already here. They've already bought all the shoes. Oh, foot race! Toe defeat.
Thoroughly
Yes.
disappointing.
Take that. Oh.
You thought you could fire a fireball at me? Oh no, you're gonna have to fucking fire something else at me now.
Oh. Fired herself. Immediately adapting to her new environment.
She takes liberties.
With the definition of articulate.
So that.
So there, we all know something else now. A new piece of information that we didn't before. That's the plan! Madam, you can't keep blocking my psychic knife.
Bugger
You
this.
don't understand. I spent decades learning how to kick you in the face. All that time just to perfect one technique. And here I go, doing this. And now leg. You're probably not going to try and kick me while I'm actively expressing that I'm expecting it. Oh, the brain butterflies! I can make psychic butterflies
Thoroughly
appear,
disappointing.
and you can set fire to birds that aren't there. What a pair we make, eh? What a confusing time we have creating
At least
animals.
it's exciting
I've nearly
for
said
me.
fictional animals, but the animals themselves, well, I suppose phoenixes aren't real. Butterflies are, though.
You must be a fool to fight me.
You look more or less the same with more of your ass exposed.
Bugger
Because
this.
it's a cartoon. And you have to do that. You have to do that or it doesn't count as animation. Strange new legislation says kick. it's just I just got hello, it's me, Johnny Congress, a member of Congress. The Congress of John. I just got handed a piece of parchment through the door. It just says kick on it, and I guess we have to now make a law around
Bugger
this.
this.
Anyone want to give me a hand with that? Because I've got to be honest, I don't think I can do this anymore.
Thoroughly disappointing.
I don't think I can implement just the word kick on its own as a law. The one time it wasn't. The one time, don't follow me into the air. Don't follow me into the air just to slap me once. Have a bit of class, why don't you, Scythe? Yeah, that's right. Take these. Take these in your brain. Take that in your leg. Listen, your leg is still psychic. To some extent. Ah! The orb? You didn't tell me you had an orb.
Good, didn't it, darling?
Did you know that Mystique has an orb? Because I fucking didn't. Knife.
Thoroughly
Oh, there we go.
disappointing.
I was worried you wouldn't be finished off and I'd look like a fool in front of everybody. Alright, what's Forge gonna look like? We don't know. He could be a
At least
cartoon, he
make
could
this
not be.
exciting for me.
Depends whether we can see his ass, I suppose.
Cannon primed.
Can I come? Hello. Alright, fair enough. Oh, those are the droids, in fact. This is
the truth. It's a picture of a duck.
Ducks are real, if you think about it. What am I thinking when I look at that gun? Your gun is provocative in some way to me, and I wish I grabbed you! I grabbed you. At the very least, they should have cancelled out. You really worry me, Forge, old bum. You've got St. Worry's disease, and it troubles me to learn that because I thought it had died out. It's yet another disease that's come back thanks to the. My gauge disappeared, and the spider is there. Did you turn my gauge into more spiders for your experiments? I think that's what you've done. I think if I had to assess the situation and work out what's happened here, I think you've made my gauge disappear and turned it into more spiders. I don't need any evidence for this. I'm right enough without it.
Thoroughly
So,
disappointing.
through the something. Have I dissolved through a fountain? Oh, dissolve through this next. Did the bay doors... Did the basketball court open up at a different frame rate to everything else I've been looking at? Or am I just losing my brain mind? Huh? Oh, no. Ah, fuck. He's learning how to get me in the air. Which is bad. Oh, I don't know that I wanted to do that. Now I'm at risk. Now I'm at risk. Oh, now neither of us are really anywhere. That's fine. I don't always need to kick you into where the blackbird is. I now know what it's called. I think that's what it's called. I mean, in the animated series, Magneto's real name is apparently Magnus. Which is a bit like... Come on. What are the odds? The old
Very
Batman
disappointing.
problem, but... I don't know, I guess the plane is probably called the Blackbird generally in that case. What? Because why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? What's wrong with calling it a Blackbird? What, you think people are going to be like, oh, they're going to think it's a real Blackbird and then get confused when a giant plane shows up? No, they won't. Because you've said, I've got a giant plane. So they'll be looking for that first. You need to start giving people more credit. They don't automatically confuse everything for a bird.
At least make this exciting for me.
Primarily a trait that you have. You are here. It's me! Rawr. Rawr for this. I don't have eyes. I've decided. My eyes are optional. And so are you. And so I'm here to select no on all of your bones tonight. Sabretooth is here to get you hurt, that's right. Oh, you're our final one. Here's our final one. It's Sabretooth for some reason. Admittedly, I don't know a lot about this character. I just know that she should have been called Psylocke. But here's the thing. Hop. He. And that, no. Right, from a distance, the blade. The blade is not... It's not getting as much done as the 60 trains I just saw over there. Please. Come on.
Come on, sir, there's no need for this.
Your face isn't... You look a lot younger in this one than... I mean, I get if your power is like Wolverine's, which it is, then part of it is that you don't really age as much.
Hurt
So it makes sense.
didn't it, darling?
It makes sense, I suppose, that you'd look quite young. I just don't understand why you look younger now than you did when you were real. But maybe I'll understand that in time, you know? Maybe if I just give it a minute, you'll explain it to me. Oh, no you don't. Oh, yes he did. Oh, yes he is. Oh, I haven't. Oh, please leave me alone. Oh, don't throw me. Ah! Would you like to fall in this tunnel? that I've found. I found it here. Yay! I finally chucked you in a tunnel. Not and look down at you like that in like one of the few clear shots we've had of your face. Oh, I'm over here. I'm over here, my dear friend, the fun Sabretooth. I almost called you the Juggernaut. I said
Very
the,
disappointing.
and you just kind of want to follow that up with the Juggernaut. I mean, you want to follow that up with Juggernaut. I didn't almost say the Juggernaut. I've turned Porky Pig into a menace all of a sudden. He's here introducing everyone. What if every episode of the X-Men was introduced by Porky Pig? Do you think that might synergize well with the target demographic? Porky Pig has always protected those who fear and hate him. So I actually think it's quite thematic. Porky Pig's always stood for justice. Please, if by the way, I don't actually know this for a fact. If it turns out that Porky Pig has explicitly not stood for justice at any point, please deal with it. Deal with it on your end. This can't. You must understand. This cannot be connected back to me in any way. I need him dealt with discreetly, but only if Porky Pig is an active force for inequality. So, you know, use your discretion. Use the information you have available to make the best decisions about the Looney Tunes. Which is a very interesting objective to come up on the screen when you are playing a video game. I could never get past that bit. I wasn't sure what the instruction meant. Of course, these days I could have just looked up a walkthrough. But I sort of dropped off the game after that and never revisited it. That was a very weird Final Fantasy. I didn't think it was Warner Brothers that they had the relationship with, to be honest. I think they got confused. Maybe after the... Don't heal. You know I hate that. Maybe after the Porky Pig confusion, they were like, right, this isn't working. We're jumping ship to Disney, and then that's how they found a level of success that has now trapped Disney into having to keep putting out this thing that is, like, entirely antithetical to the fucking iron-fisted approach that they have to all of their properties. Imagine if you couldn't be a rat, huh? Imagine not having that option. Imagine having to live your whole life knowing that you were trapped as not a rat for the rest of your days. You bringing me back? Oh, you weren't. You were just demonstrating that there was an upstairs. Which we knew, because we've been there and I'm doing it again. It's just unnatural. It's just everybody else has something they want to contribute to the fucking discourse around Jerpley Cockler. To be honest, I think it's getting a bit blown out of proportion. I don't think most of these people fucking know who Jerpley Cockler is, even. They're coming into this sans most of the context. Sans is getting involved without any context as well.
So good, didn't it, darling?
I couldn't believe his fucking... I think he's just here to shit stir, literally. I remember the other day on Twitter, just fucking completely out of left field. As well, like, that's the thing that really got me about this. Is with seemingly no provocation, he just posted out to his, like, hundreds upon thousands of followers. Just publicly said, which I think is harsh at best. I guess nobody cares what I think, because I'm not made of enough skeletons, apparently. I need to be one of the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. If I'm going to have any chance of outboning you, aren't I? Which is not a thing I ever wanted to have to happen. I don't want to be in Hop to Nagash any more than I already am. Alright?
for your dirt nap.
He's an opportunity. He's going to get me involved in one of his many bone-themed schemes to build a giant pyramid that hurts people. All right. It's just going to get destroyed by some rats. He's not learned this lesson yet. The man is easily foiled by rats. And I think it's time he acknowledged this about himself. Maybe he's thinking, because I'm connected with Elodie, that I can somehow use my connections there to rein the rats in. And I wish he'd realise that Elodie does not control the rats. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Unless Elodie is the rats. Has Elodie been the rats this whole time? Elodie,
For your dirt nap.
if you're watching it, hi, first of all. You'd tell me if you were the rats, right? Are you secretly made of rats this whole time? All of them. Most of them, anyway. If you were made of all the rats, then there couldn't be any rats anywhere else, and that would give the game away immediately, wouldn't it? You're not that foolish. You wouldn't be made of that many. I assume you can become made of all of the rats as like a last resort if your cover's already blown and you're just going to be like, right, okay. We're just going like full power, no subtlety remaining. I just need to wipe you all out at this stage. There's no use playing tactical, so I'm going to summon all the rats to me and adopt my most powerful form, the name of which I will tell to you any minute now. Fuck, gang, what's a good name for a large rat mode? What's a good name for my rat assimilation technique? Somebody who's an expert in this, please contact me. I know you like having feet, but look at this instead. It's my comedy wheel. Oh, the best joke is that it's round.
Darling.
That's the best joke, damn. What an ill-conceived set. Oh. Oh no. No, I don't want to be in the air right now. Oh, you really made me think for a second that you weren't going to bother hurting me in the sky. I got really excited there to still have all of my face attached. But no, you were lying. You were lying that whole time. What the fuck was that? Oh, hang on. That happened so long ago that I forgot. I don't know if I've even seen that. What? I must do, because I remember it, but have we seen that? Or did I just do that? I'll have done it while I was trying to unlock the secret ending, I'll bet. I knew it was odd for him to have ripped my neck open, but I didn't realise how odd it was until it finally choked me.
The taste of blood.
I realised at some point, hang on, if I've got no neck, how am I breathing? And the answer was, of course, that I wasn't. And then, like a cartoon, my sudden awareness of this fact caused it to take effect. Although in this case the consequences were rather more grim than your typical cartoon.
No. No.
Wear the hat of regret. Alright? It's the hat you put on to tell everybody that you're reconsidering all your life choices. We've got a specific... Don't make me do all of it again! I am really not good at being the woman who Psylocke is. It's troubling to realise that you can't fight Sabretooth as effectively as you were hoping you could. It really makes you question everything you've done up to that point. Was it all worth it? Sabretooth is just going to stop me anyway. in a lot of ways, a big part of living is having the courage to fight Sabretooth, knowing you probably won't win. Because I feel like if Sabretooth turns up and you give up, you've lost. So you've had something taken away from you, and is it all really worth it then? Oh no, my bum! Oh, he's trying to go up.
Didn't it, darling?
You tried to go up, but what you didn't reckon on. Please taunt. Please don't just do that forever.
Very
Do this.
disappointing.
I want it to charge up. At least the attacks do still charge quite a significant amount of your gauge, even if they're not hitting. So honestly, at least there's that. It was still serving the purpose that I was trying to serve, just maybe less effectively.
Thoroughly disappointing.
Maybe it's less effective to be a member of the Garden Groom Society. Anyone who's been married in a garden. Huh? Maybe the time you're spending there, doing some
Very
unnamed
disappointing.
garden wedding themed activities. Presumably just getting married over and over again. You need to learn to live in the present day. You're clinging to past glories, desperately trying to recreate the memory of this one moment, the one moment you were truly happy. And this whole society around you is enabling you, and it's making you worse at fighting Sabretooth. And all of the other daily tasks that we have to do. I think you need to get out. I think you need to get out, find a new hobby, find a healthier friend group. Who won't just constantly marry you. In the name of nostalgia. A long chain of events. That'd be good if it fucking hit, wouldn't it? Look at that, like that. If I could do that reliably, that'd be grand. Please be tricked into applying. Ah! It's my one of my less successful pyramid scheme tactics. Is to just ask very earnestly, would you mind falling for this? I'm new here. Take pity. Hey! You thought being in the sky would help you? Well, get this, I can cook. I can fucking cook. No, don't do that. Oh,
The taste of blood.
he scraped me. He scraped me through the chandelier. Why are you throwing me into a box? You rude bastard. Oh, butterfly. You don't pay attention when I do butterfly mind theatre. You want to be treated as if you're taking interest in me and my projects, but then you never do. You got to actually show up for me at some point, Sabretooth. You can't keep throwing me into the puddles. I've often suspected you only keep being friends with me because you want an excuse to throw me into the puddles. I don't know why you think that's a thing friends do. Is it just like you want an excuse to have access to me to throw me into more puddles? You're a weirdo. You're a weird man, and I don't know why I tried being friends with you. Why, when you threw me into the first puddle, was I like, well, I'm sure there's another side to this that I'm just not seeing. I just don't know him well enough. This bodes ill. This, to be honest, if you were looking at me dead in the eye and held a gun to my head and told me to tell you how this bodes, I'd probably panic and burst into tears because you're threatening my life. When all you really needed to do was ask me normally, and I've told you that it bodes ill! Am I imagining this, or have I been fighting Sabretooth for 20 minutes? That's troubling.
Didn't it,
That
darling?
troubles me greatly. I mean, obviously you won't have been watching me fight Sabretooth for 20 minutes. Bobby!
Thoroughly disappointing.
Alright, he was intimidated by my ghostly wail. W-A-I-L, not a... I mean, to be fair, like, if a translucent whale floated past you. All ethereal and spectral like. It would cause a panic. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I should be scaring my opponents with a large marine mammal. I will admit, the setup on that is liable to be a bit of a hassle. But until I've tried it, can I really say it's impossible?
Can I really say I can't find a whale's ghost?
Oh, it's going to work this time, look at me! Oh, I get so excited now. I've scathed your bum with a piece of my mind. So, have a thought about that. God, he's cheeked up. Do you see what I mean? I mean, it wasn't in this video that I brought this up, but they've all got the buns. And no one is more aware of it than the Minister for Buns Pending, Jobothy Bobothy. Of course, I don't know how this is Jobothy Bobothy's jurisdiction. These buns have already arrived. His is more like a forward-looking roll. Or was it a looking forward roll? His job is to do a forward roll and then look at your ass. He has to enter in a dynamic way. Otherwise, like, it's just, like, voyeurism. It's just an assault unless he does the forward roll. That's a very strange, like, get-out clause for sex pests that was introduced round about the time this ministry was created. For unknown reasons. I'm sure it'll be revealed later in the series. We've just not got the law yet. We are now over an hour. I am disgusted. Kicky foot.
Thoroughly disappointing.
Right. We just gotta do one more. One more and then I can go home. That's all we need.
That's all we need. Well, it's not going to happen if you keep doing stuff like that.
We're never going to go home if you
Keep eating all the pineapples out of the freezer. A frozen pineapple, man.
Not a frozen pineapple man. I didn't arrange all the frozen pineapples in a homunculus, and that's why I'm upset. I wasn't going to bring him to life, and now you've taken... And now I need to replace all the pineapples because of you. That's not what was going on. Alright? I don't care what anyone else says. It's untrue, so stop looking into it. You're embarrassing yourself. And slandering me in the process. It only stands to hurt both of us if you continue looking into this. Do I make myself clear on that?
Thoroughly disappointing.
Alright? Leave the pineapples alone next time.
Psylocke.
Anyway.
Betsy Braddock.
Yeah, you see, Psylocke possesses many telepathic abilities.
The siege perilous.
You've
She
already
emerged
said I can
as
intensely
Psylocke,
focus my psionic
telepathic
powers into my
ninja
psychic
assassin,
knife.
armed with her psionic knife and trained
You know,
by the hand to
the
dispatch
obvious thing for you to do. Right. Well, that's another one in the books. And now the mystery is finally revealed to you. Because remember, I know it was a long time ago, but there was a mystery at the beginning of this. The reason she's not called Psylocke in this is... Psylocke is a separate character. I don't know why. You are really purple and pink. And your face looks different. You look paler, and you look more cartoonish. I don't know what that expression you're doing. You look like you just smelled rotten eggs. But we'll finish the rotten egg equation some other time. Thank you for watching. Please go away now and leave me to my work. Oh dear. Stop looking at me.